around that long. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Look at that. That's beautiful. That's
Yikes. Just like you planned it.
there we go. Oh, actually, he might have
Uh,
he might have let it stick around too long.
oh, he
I'm
did.
surprised. I'm surprised. Oh dear, Dr. Pringles.
Uh,
This is why you don't play with
Pringles
your food.
down.
All right, so that's a victory for Kiar.
Yep, Kiara's got it 1-0 so far. All right, man, these decks are so spicy. I love them.
Yes.
I
Sometimes
always wanted
people
to build
bring. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I always wanted to build a Fearbinder deck, and it looks like Kiara's kind of figured it out a little bit.
Yeah, this certainly looks like it's on the right track, and I think it would probably have more of a chance against actual decks than Stranger Burn. But yeah, I think it just takes a little too long to get off the ground when your opponent is effectively entirely first no removal and then entirely removal.
Right, exactly. I do notice though that Kiara actually does have some life gain in his deck. He's got 3 of those lurking Sangwars.
Oh, does I did not notice those.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, this is tiny on my screen. Mostly, I'm just getting to see the decks via the actual games right now. But honestly, I'm kind of okay with that because then it's the element of surprise, and I get to be delighted more often. Let's see. Are they back in? Not quite. Okay. Meanwhile, Kara's wondering what happened to him with those enormous fire spells, and Dr. Pringles is wondering
How
how
did
many
I
turns
lose
in
that?
advance exactly. Okay. All right. It looks like they're back in, so we'll go see what
All
they
right,
got.
here we go. Oh, that's not a bad hand
From which one?
for Kiara.
Oh yeah, that isn't a bad hand. I'd probably keep that, especially if what he wants is to use the Fear Binders, and he should, because that's where he can really show off.
Exactly. And all he's got to do is turn 1 Grenadin drone and hit him with both of those. Oh, but that Horus Trevor will stop him from being able to play that Sangwar.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, certainly it'll stop it from being played immediately, but
Right,
I think
yes.
that's part of the benefit of the Void Drummer here is that you've got kind of one body guaranteed hitting your opponent. You only really have to find one other.
Very true, very true. Do you think he devours? Yes, he does devour here. But that kind of leaves the Horus Traver up for next turn to block as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would have done that, but it's possible that just getting more cards was a good
Yeah.
move, especially if he's looking for multiple units.
He was probably also looking for untapped power or undepleted power. Sorry, I come from Magic.
That's fair. What is Pringles going after here?
Yeah, I think Pringles. What is in his market here?
So let's see. So that Sangor does not survive a torch. That's too bad. Although it seemed
Yeah.
like Pringles was disinclined to use removal on units and was saving it all for face.
Yeah,
So
I mean he doesn't really have a whole lot going on right now. He's got a couple of power, a couple torch, and that flash fire. I think
yeah,
that
he
that's
can
what he
get to
just
the
picked up
flash
from that
fire
market.
though. Maybe he's just from the health as a resource school of thought here.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think Kara's got to
Okay, he
get.
did. He did go for it. He must have thought about the Sangor or else just not really wanted an unblockable on the board. Because Karen doesn't have any attachments to put on the unblockable, right? It's just as is.
Yeah, I think it's just as is. I think it's to buff up the units in the graveyard that he's been sacrificing so that he can reanimate them with the Memory Dredger and the Shadowlands Guides.
Right, but nothing was really in the graveyard yet. Void, whatever.
Well, yeah,
So
not
I
yet.
think I suspect that Pringles is actually playing around the Sangor.
That's smart
Or
of him.
else just really wanted to torch a thing. Could go
He's like,
either
these have
way.
been sitting in my hand since turn 1. No, thank you.
He might have just been trying to prevent Kiara from stabilizing, because lifesteal, you never want your opponent to get the lifesteal,
That's
especially
true.
in a fire deck. Good blocks, confusing attacks. Again, he must just be afraid of the Sangor. There's no practical reason when so much of his damage goes to face to
Yeah.
trade those units.
Right. Exactly. I feel like that burnout's going to be a surprise for Kiara at some point.
I bet Pringles will wait until it's about 10 size again. Yeah, that's a fair point. Cygnus has pointed out, if the things are dead, they can't be fear bindered.
That
Which
is
is
true.
fair.
Oh, good call by Pringles. Sacrifice your own dude to hit him in the face in response.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh, now we
The
get the Sangor
Sangor.
out.
It's come out. This is not looking good for Pringles.
Pringles got to go 14 damage this turn, or it starts to get out of hand. Well, I guess he does still have the torch to kill the Sangor.
That's true. That's true. Although, and they can't know it, but it's entirely possible the Sangor could just come back. So,
That's
and
very true.
Kara's got the merchant here. And in the market could go for another Sangor, or the Oblivion Spike is starting to get usable.
Yeah, and it also has the bonus of adding 5 health to his health total, which is awesome.
That's
Against the burn
actually,
deck.
yeah. So at this point, I would guess that Cure has to know what's in hand for Pringles. I don't think Pringles would be holding on to anything other than a Flash Fire at this point.
Yeah, likely not.
And unfortunately, this is one of those decision points that's kind of a trap, because now Pringles is run out of cards, and the Flash Fire is worth enough in terms of damage that he is kind of committed to using it to face and can't use it to protect himself because
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
it's
He's
a
got to use that
waste.
merchant defensively. He's probably going to block the deadly guy there.
So right now, Kira has effectively 19 health, and Pringles can get through 9 of it. So the question is whether Pringles can find 10 more damage.
Ooh,
Oh no!
that
Oh
Fearbinder token
no!
is scary. And now the Oblivion Spike is a 5/5.
I love they are tokens, but when you see stupid things like 9/8 Fear Binders, calling them tokens, like with Berserk, that are gonna punch twice a turn, calling them tokens just seems wrong to me.
Exactly, yeah. Tokens feels tiny. And these guys are not.
Not even a little. And actually, that's obvious, but an aspect of using the Grenadin that I hadn't considered, and that's a pretty good synergy. Not only using them for the Sangor, but because that means one Grenadin drone gets you off the ground with Fearbinder immediately. You're
Oh,
guaranteed at least 2
exactly.
units.
Yeah, and right now he could sacrifice the Fearbinder token and the Grenadin to get a bigger Fearbinder token and then reanimate the first one if he
Yeah, and
wanted to
then
at some point.
that also makes the Oblivion Spike bigger. Oh,
Yeah.
alright. So first round went to Kiar
Yep.
for
2-0
Dr.
versus
Pringle's not
Pringles.
blowing things up fast enough. Alright, so who do we still have playing? Let's here.
Let's take a look at another round.
Looks like we've got Allison, Alphil, Deadly, IQB.
I like Deadly, I think.
You like Deadly? Alright. Deadly's Deadly's finished. Let's go see Allison because I love her deck name.
Yeah, and
I'll
that's
grab
actually the
her
name of my
and
fiance, so great.
okay. It's Allison versus Male. So for those of you who aren't looking at the decks, let me see. Should be I have
Yeah,
to do this justice. So I have to find this thing.
Yeah, so the first thing to note for Allison's deck list is the first card showing up is Harbinger's Bite.
Which actually I think is a really underrated card. Because people widely consider Torch to be the best card in the game, and honestly, I think Harbinger's Bite is right there with it. It can't target a unit, but it is effectively 3 damage to face, plus a card for you.
Yeah,
I really don't understand why it's not used more for burn.
it's really a 5-point swing because you deal 2 to them, you gain 2, and they lose another one for Nightfall.
Exactly. But so, okay, here's Allison's deck name, all caps. No brain, first place, ace base, hit face. I just, it really speaks to me.
I think it's the all caps.
Yeah, probably. So, we've had, I mean, Queen never goes out of fashion, but we haven't had a really solid burn deck since set 1, and I'm always interested to see new iterations of this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we haven't seen a burn list except for roughly 20 seconds ago when we watched Dr. Pringles lose with it.
Right, right. Okay, fine. In the overarching meta. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage over there from Mal. Grapes.
Wow.
Let me see what's Mal got in hand here. Oh dear. Allison's
Welp.
on board, she just doesn't
Oh,
know yet. Rough. Did we get the score from them? I can ask.
I don't know.
Oh,
Oh, she
oh,
can get it.
maybe. Yes,
She's got it.
she's
Yeah.
got it. Nice. Nice.
Oh, and
So
Allison
this
takes
is
it.
presently 1-1, and yeah, I thought she was dead, but no.
No,
Nice.
that mind fire.
All right, so that's round to Allison. So Fire is making a good showing today. I think people may trying to be suck up. I can't even talk. Trying to be sucking up to one of the judges. I think is what's going on here. Let's see, who is still playing. Okay, I
Alright.
don't have Prometheus. Okay, okay, I'll look at that one too then. We'll only get half of it, but you know, it'll be a confusing time for the viewers. It'll look like an exact mirror match.
Yes,
Oh,
viewers don't mind
well,
the hands.
looks like this is nearly over. Jeez.
Yeah, I think 30-3.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Is this turn
Volcano.
4?
Kind of looks that way. Cripes. That is a fast deck. But there's no way this is only turn 3. There's no way, given the units that are on the board. This must have gone on a little longer, and
They're just both stuck on power.
yeah. But we can see that Volcano's a little better designed to get stuck on power than
Yeah.
Big Xenon. Or really any Xenon. So that is, I mean, it's necessary as an act of desperation, but not a thing I would ever really do. Killer on teacher.
Yeah. I think I've done it once just to block well, but
Yeah, that's fair.
oh,
All
no, that's
right.
a lie. I used to play the teacher haunting scream deck. That was so much fun.
Let me see if that was their game. Okay. Okay. Who do you want to grab? All right, I've got Jakron. Let's go take a look at Duncan and Jakron. Duncan was very adamant that we show his deck today.
All right, Duncan, what do you got?
Let's see. So without looking at their full deck list, just looking at their hand, I come to this game and what is happening? What is happening? I see a Triumphant Stranger, 2 Silences, a Triumphant Stranger with a Harsh Rule, a Memento Mori on. Like clearly the Memento Mori is for the stranger, but already these are cards that do not see play.
Chikron, I'm so excited for your deck. You probably can't hear me.
It doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, and Duncan's deck is pretty interesting too. It looks like it's mostly primal with some time and shadow in there as well.
I see. Duncan just wants us. So the name of Duncan's deck is just slaps ass. I assume
Right.
there's a thematic something here somewhere,
Yeah,
but
his deck slaps. I hear. Oh man, and now he's got that
oh,
Trampant
ooh,
Stranger, but it's going down. Oh, maybe it's. Oh no, it's gonna go down anyway. Oh no, it's exhausted. He gets another Stranger. Oh,
nice.
and now he can use the Desert Marshal to remove the killer from the merchant there, so he
Yeah,
keeps his Stranger.
it may just be because of the two decks that are being played against each other as it often is on Fridays, but it seems to be working a lot better than I would have anticipated, honestly.
Yeah, both of their decks, honestly.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed. It looks like Tim didn't come. He's got some kind of pure Stone Scar deck that grabs Circe's Cleaver with the reanimate weapon card. I was excited to see, so that I still get to see some Circe's Cleaver going on is making me happy. Good job, Duncan.
Oh, but he didn't get to stop him from using the Equivocate. So now he's
That's
got an
fine.
what is that? Oni Striker? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, but look at how much board clear he's got.
Yeah,
Oni
that's true. That's very
Striker.
true.
That, okay, so there are very, as everyone knows, there are very few cards in the game that I will call bad cards. That is a blacklisted phrase in my channel. We will not have any of that, except that do as I say, not as I do, because Oni Striker is a terrible card. I still don't
Yeah,
understand what's going on with that. It's not.
I mean,
It's not.
I pay 5 power. I don't want a 3/2 charge quick draw.
There must be something good you can do with it, but right now it doesn't look constructed viable or draft viable, and I don't think it ever has been. So this is just a confusing card for me.
Yeah. Well, it is an Oni, so you could use it with some of those, but I think its most powerful use right now is to be pitched with a merchant.
That is a fair point. So here we have two players not playing any unit. Oh wait. Now we've got one.
the Oni
Look,
Striker is
the Oni
making its
Striker
appearance.
is actually. So let me see. How many
And
star
it's
pods
been
does Duncan
stonewalled
still
by
have?
another 5-drop.
Look at good heavens. Yeah, Duncan's got plenty of
Yeah,
units in
he's got
his.
lots of juice.
He
Lots
could go
lots
all
of
day.
lots of business.
We got a 10-10 Nixo. Oh my goodness. Nice. I wonder how many of these decks are actually going to see the official tournament this weekend. I saw earlier in the Eternal
Honestly,
Discord somebody talking about playing Nikto. They were like, I know I'm not going to win, but it's just so much fun.
yeah, because you know that people are going to look at those deck lists from the Invitational and think, wow, that guy made it to the Invitational. He's playing Nyctotraxian.
Exactly.
Oh, and see if he had just held on to that Oni Charger a little bit longer, he could have discarded it with his ring there, the Sapphire ring. Is that what it is?
Cobalt
Cobalt
Ring,
ring.
yeah, that's a fair point. Instead, Nikto will just get equivocated into, I guess we'll find out what, into Krill. Oh no. Of all the 7 cost cards.
Oh
Oh
no.
dear. I mean, I imagine she just wrecks space in a particular meta, but we have not yet seen that meta.
Yeah. No. Yeah,
So the
like what meta would that even be?
I don't know. I mean, so I could see them thinking that maybe she could counter the stand Sword of Unity, whatever that
Like
is,
it,
but you'd have to pop
but
that creature first, and then it's already got
right.
Aegis, and I got nothing. Maybe
Yeah,
they
the fancy new
anticipated the spellcraft weapons being more used.
yes, it's probably the Cyril. Is that what her name is? Cyril?
Which
Krill.
one? Krill. Yeah.
Krill, that one right there. Yeah.
Wow,
Krill
double
and the new
damage
Vara.
against lifesteal. Yes. Oh
How did it
no.
how did it get all
No.
that? Oh, from killing the enchantment. Oh, but it's gone.
Long gone.
Yikes. Duncan has just got a full grip, just full of business spells, and Chikren's looking a little worse for wear. He's at 6 life, and he's got one more board clear before he's out of answers, really.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to yell at Duncan later. He always gets really ornery when people bring real decks to Casual Fridays. And this is looking a lot like a real deck, sir.
Yeah, excuse me, Duncan. Your 5-drop is not a 3/2 with charge and quick draw. I'm unimpressed.
Exactly. Well, this looks pretty well decided, but since Dickeron's deck has been nothing but surprising, there may yet be a way.
He could draw Nyctotraxion into something that we haven't even thought of.
But
Can
can
get
he
an
do it
N.
fast enough? Ooh. Mmm. That is
Yikes.
really insult to injury. The snowball to face. Okay,
Dark
so we
Return.
gotta yell at Duncan at least twice now because he definitely should have saved that for lethal.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly.
you can't get points for style like that. I mean, I imagine nothing has Aegis now. A harsh rule or a
Yeah, any board
end of the
clear will do
story
it.
would save. Well,
Nyctotraxion.
maybe.
Oh no, but it didn't give him. Oh, he hasn't played it yet. I thought that was the Jotun Hurler that makes the snowball. This is the other one that makes the snowball, but you have to hit with it first.
I don't know if he's trying to bluff here or what. I mean, it is, in my opinion, always better to play it out than to concede, but
Agreed.
I might concede at this point. Oh, jeez.
What's he get? What is he getting back? Oh, merchant. Is it gonna go get another snowball?
Gosh, I hope so. I can
We
see
wait
what's
only
in.
to lucky. He did it.
He did. Yes. Okay. All right. I
He style
rescind all
points.
my. Yes. All my criticisms are gone.
Oh, Jikrin, I'm
Well
so
done by
sorry.
Duncan. Yeah, but what a
Love those
game.
decks. Yes.
Was that end of round, or do we still have people going here? Let's take a look.
Let's see. Looks like there's a couple people still going, right?
I
Dunklework,
don't
I
think
believe.
so. Okay. All right.
All right. Well, that's the end of round 1.
All right.
All right,
Right.
everybody, welcome back to round two of the ECL Casual Friday round. This is Tall, Shark, and Handsome, and we've got Kalos in the casting booth here. And
And we've
looks,
got Mr. Carrot and Deadly up for this round. I know that Shark was pretty excited about Deadly's list. Do you want to talk about it?
I am just always excited to see a Blitz style deck, and this seems like a fun version of it here.
So is this? That's a bit small for me. Is this the same version that Allison and Carlos kind of well pioneered a
It,
week or two ago? I think it. I think it
it's
is.
Justice Primal Shadow. It's got Hero of the People, which
Oh, that's
which
new.
definitely yeah. But he's got Crownwatch Paladin, Dusk Raider, Rilgon's Disciple, the Territorial Elf, and he's got the Acquisitive Crow with the new recent buff here to be a 2/2. That's exciting. He's got the Merchant, the Gen of Merchant, and the Causal Battle Mage. That'll be a lot to buff that Hero of the People. Literally, all of his creatures have at least one battle skill to buff them. Oh, I
Yeah, it
guess except
looks.
Dusk Raider.
It looks like Mr. Carrot here is on Crunch Queen, which should be a very fast, hard-hitting, scary deck. Except that part of what's scary about it is the player trying to get their influence requirements.
Oh
So
yeah.
we'll be interested to see how this goes. And this, I mean, Scream Queen's been pretty standard for a while, but I don't think I've seen Crunch in it. So I'll be interested to see how that shapes up. That sounds kind of scary, honestly, which is a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. When Set 3 first came out, I think the first thing that I put together was a Haunting Scream deck with Crunch, but I don't think it had Bandit Queen and Vicious Highwayman. But this is definitely an interesting mixture of those.
Yeah, that's going to be rough on influence, but if it gets pulled off, that's going to be ugly. All right, it looks like they're ready, so we'll jump into game.
All right.
Okay, Deadly's, I'd say, got a usable hand right off the bat. Little
Oh yeah.
shaky on influence, but
Yeah.
mostly
But
good.
luckily, that Diplomatic Seal, if he plays it on turn 1, 2, or 3, he can get whichever one he's missing.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Coastal Battle Mage wanting two. So he's
Yeah, the double
gonna
justice.
choose between the Primal or the Justice. All right, what does Mr. Carrot have over there? Ooh, so this is gonna be rough because the antithesis of any Blitz deck is gonna be those permafrosts.
Yeah, definitely. But luckily, if he gets that hero down with the while Mr. Carrot is using up all of his power in his turn without playing the permafrost, he can give it Aegis with Causal Battle Mage the next turn.
You're thinking
Oh.
way farther ahead than I am. Good.
I played a lot of Blitz decks.
Yeah, you'd think I would be bigger on them, but instead I'm just like, that's cheating. Those good interactions are too obvious.
Where's my last word?
Exactly.
All
Well,
right, Mr. Carrot looks like he's out of power here, and Deadly could use his um primal influence. Sorry, I keep having to make that switch from blue to primal.
I think
Like
mostly
trying to put
saying
it.
the colors is okay, as long as you don't use the actual magic terms for them. I'd tell you what they are, but I have no idea. But people, I think, can get the colors.
Oh, there we go. He drew his Horu banner, which gives him the blue that he needed.
Huh.
He's just gonna swing
Oh,
right
the
in
rapid.
here.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Rapid shot'll do it.
That's odd. Hey,
Yeah, it's
get
an
out of here,
interesting
you wolf.
trade. I usually like to hold rapid shot for something a little bit either
Right.
for doing more face damage or something more impactful than just stopping a merchant. Oh, and here
That
comes a
was a
merchant
big
again.
enough unit. I mean, well, so is there any flying in the deck? Let's take a look at the list real quick, because if not, it may have just been crucial to get that deadly unit off the board.
Yeah, his only flying is actually Acquisitive Crow. Oh, and Haunting
Well,
Scream, I guess, if he gets back a Haunting Scream creature, but he
oof.
doesn't have the way to draw them back again. He doesn't have the Dead Returns. right, and for Mr. Carrot, yeah, he got that permafrost down, but he's still kind of just struggling on power there. He's missing his fire influence, and he's
Yeah.
only got 3 power as Deadly's up to 5, and he's got all 3.
Missing a whole color is going to be a big problem. And I
Yeah,
mean, the fortunate thing is both of these players are in 3-color decks, but Deadly's deck doesn't require anywhere near the same kind of influence per card that Mr. Carrots does. Because I mean, when you're looking at
right,
Highwaymen
exactly.
with 4 separate requirements on it,
Yeah, exactly. So for Deadly, he can kind of pick and choose which way he's going. If he's got his Coastal Battle Mage or his Crow in his hand, he can go, well, I'm going to go for double blue or double green, depending on what's in his hand. But for Mr. Carrot, he's got to have all of it.
so does. Let's see. Does Mr. Carrot's list have Diplomatic Seal?
I don't see
No,
it.
we
I don't
got
think it does.
3 flavors of crest. No, yeah, that may be
It's got crests and banners, and
the
that's about it.
difference here. Oof.
Yeah, being able to
Yeah.
choose is very important.
So this with Hero, this is a really interesting twist because it makes all of these fast spells kind of 1 or 2 better than they actually are
Very
when
true.
used on
Very true.
her. Yeah, that
Mr.
was
Carrot.
it was just too rough with the influence there. All right, so
Yeah.
that's 1 for Deadly.
Deadly drawing the power. All
Drawing
right.
the power, getting the influence.
And that crow, I'm really excited to see that crow do something here.
You know, in my experience, the crows are most useful for drawing removal. That's about their
That's
primary
true.
utility. I still play them because they're enough fun when they go off that you can fight yourself in a variety of ways. But really, what they're good for is soaking removal.
That's very true. However, I have played my share of Light the Fuses from them, and I am just all the happier for it.
Let's see. You know, the snow pelting. I kept getting that one and being surprised by how good it was. It's almost as good as Torch. It's 2 damage targeted instead of 3. And that's the whole reason I made the snowball deck recently, because I was looking at snowball pelting and I was like, this actually isn't that bad of a card. What can we do with this? So it's actually reintroduced a lot of nice 1-cost spells, at least for me. Okay, it looks like they're back in game, so we'll hop in.
All right, there we go. Mr. Carrot's got all of his colors. That's good. He could use
Deadly does
another.
not.
Oh, yep. Deadly. Looks like Deadly mulligan into that hand, I think. But he's got the double Dusk Raider, which will help him draw extra cards and hopefully give them Berserk.
Yeah, the Berserk's probably worthwhile, even if he never gets to play anything with green.
Very true. Oh, and there's the crow. All he needs is another primal.
Let's see. Mr. Karen's hand is looking much better. Oh, the banner on the bottom. I mean, fair, but at this point, I would be.
Yeah.
His curve top's out pretty low. It's probably fine. That was probably the right move. At this point, I would just be panicking, like, give me all of the power.
Yeah, I don't think Deadly plays anything that's more than 3 in his deck.
I assume he'll take that to face. Really? You'll.
Ooh, well,
Alright,
he does
I
have
guess
another.
not.
Oh, he's got both of them, so.
He does, but. I don't know. He's also got plenty of health. And
Yeah,
is
he's
gonna
got
need to
plenty of
buy a
health.
lot of time at the rate the influence and power are going.
Yeah, the thing about Deadly's list though is that he's only got 2 Annihilate for like actual targeted removal. Well, and whatever the Inquisitive Crow gives him, but LOL. So he's got 2 Annihilate in the main, and then if he gets one of his merchants down, he can also Permafrost or Unstable form, but those aren't really as you know.
I would argue Permafrost is probably even better against this deck, though. It means they don't come back, but
Right, but he's got to get to 3 power first before he can even go and find that, and then he's got to wait another turn
Right.
to play it because he's only at 2 at the moment.
So he may very well trade more aggressively.
Agreed. And then Mr. Carrot's like, haha, take taste of your own medicine.
Ah, seeing a queen come down is always a beautiful thing.
Yeah, if you're holding the queen, yes.
All right.
Oh,
What
and there's the
is he
crunch
getting rid
trigger.
of?
I think here probably the either the combust or the haunting scream because you want him
Yeah,
to have
I
berserk.
probably get rid of the combust because he's got the torch and everything. At least prior to getting pumped with 6 fast spells, and Deadly's deck is small. Really?
Yeah,
All
see,
right.
I think it was right to do the scream because he's got one, two. What he's got a couple other creatures still in his hand that he can play. He's gonna play
That's fair.
his
The
his
queen may
queen
just end the
again
game.
next turn probably. Yeah, yeah, because he's got queen and he can hold up torch right now, and that'll be just a buttload of damage. And Deadly's just still on 2 power,
Yeah, it's
not
always
living up to his
disappointing.
name.
Wow. Wow. Shots fired. It's always disappointing to play these kind of games as a player because you always, when you're looking over your opponent on 2 or 3 power, it never really feels like a win. Like you'll take it,
Right.
don't get me wrong, but it doesn't feel as good.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, sorry, man, but not sorry enough.
Exactly. Yeah, that second queen was it. All right,
Yep.
1-1.
All right. All right.
So, kind of as predicted, it seems like surprise, surprise with 3-color decks. The main thing you need to get right is your power base to make sure that you can actually play your cards. And when you
Yeah.
can't, it turns out playing a card game with no cards does not go very well.
Who'd have thunk it? And both of these decks just tap out at 3 and 4 mana.
Oh,
So
I
with
just got
any
a
of them,
really interesting bug. Let me come back in. I'm seeing just a bunch of card backs and then like a squash hand. But it looks like Deadly got everything but Justice. I can say at least that.
yeah, I can see Mr. Carrot now has all of his influence colors. He could use
Okay, there we go.
another shadow. And Deadly now has all of his colors if he plays his. Yep, there we go.
There we go. And we may actually get to see the Crow this time. He's got Power, Influence, and Crow. And can put a
Oh, I'm
Rapid
excited.
Shot on it. You should be excited.
Very excited. Whenever I get one, I always just happen to get Randori, but that's about it.
Oh no. And it's still good for discard, right?
Yeah,
I've actually used it a couple times. It can be surprisingly good, if for no other reason than because your opponent never expects it.
they have to read it. They're like, "What is that?"
Nobody plays around it, which is entirely fair.
Yeah. Then they have to use the rewind button, and then it like takes up all of their turn because they keep rewinding it,
Yeah, high
and
level
then you
strategy.
win. Yeah. Yep. All right.
Okay. Oh, oh, that's too bad. You can almost
Oh yeah.
double Rapid Shot the Crow, but not quite.
Yeah. Well, he can give it berserk again too, so that's totally
Yeah,
fine for next turn.
I'd probably use one Rapid Shot this turn and then Gift and Rapid Shot again next turn.
Yeah. I mean, if
But
Mr. Carrot is gonna give him both of his grenadine right there, I would use a rapid shot on that.
yeah,
Because Crow's just gonna keep drawing you cards. That's fine. 2 for 1 is. I mean, I guess it's
we have
technically
commented
all
on.
one card.
There we go. Oh, what? Not not the thing I would have anticipated the Rapid Shot on. I would have sent that face. But
Well, he is berserking right now, so he's gonna hit it with face
yeah,
as well, and
and
that gets rid of both of his ground blockers.
exactly. But Crow, Crow, as we've commented before, is kind of a removal soak. So Deadly may just want to. There are no other units in hand. May want to be maintaining 2 units just in case, which is good because it turns out just in case matters.
That's very true. Oh, and now he's gonna gain that 4 life. and get that the war cry honk.
How many honks does that card have? I'm gonna have to use that now.
Oh
Oh
man,
man.
giving it +2.
Oh man.
And
It's
Berserk
too bad
again.
Madness isn't a fast spell. I mean, it's a good thing, but it's too bad.
Yeah. So here, I think I would attack and wait for
Yeah.
the. Yeah, there we go. Because you want to because you could play Rapid Shot right now. Oh, there's the rip. Light the fuse.
And the
Oh, that'd
question
be
is, go
exciting.
for the Rapid Shot or the Infused Strike. So you could get in 16 damage, or else, what, 14 damage, but heal for just as much? Okay. We went for
Yeah,
the
if he
Stabilize.
played a queen right there, that was 14 damage. If he played a queen, if Mr. Carrot played a queen in response or on the backswing, so he would have died if he didn't do that. Well, he could have died.
This is still gonna be pretty ugly.
Yeah, and Mr. Carrot's got those devours to get rid of the.
Goodbye, Crow. It was nice seeing you play.
Did he just draw a random? No, that's Talir's intervention. I was just gonna laugh so hard.
Oh, for 1 power left over to have meditated. Oh, here we go. At least we got another unit now on the other
That's
side
true.
of the board.
Yep.
Man, but Mr. Carrot's just got. That's a lot of gas.
Yeah. Carrot's just full of stuff to do, and Deadly's full of stuff to do, but not the right creatures to do it with.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that he's gonna scream the Highwayman down and ping the champion while she's, or the hero, while she's tiny.
Yes, hopefully.
Actually, I can't see his void. I think there's a dead Highwayman. No, there's not. Okay, I was wrong.
Up just a crow.
There is a crow. There's a crow which would have Berserk again.
That would be exciting. And then he could devour it afterwards or combust it.
Which might be necessary because really low.
Oh yeah, at 6 you want to gain that 2 life. And if you get to beat your opponent's face with their own creatures, that's even better.
That's the moral victory.
That's the snowball to the face.
What did he draw there?
Oh, he's
Oh,
got an
nice. A
excavate.
ghost. Oh, God.
Goes for him, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all over.
Oh no, Deadly. Oh, he can put it on top of his deck, give it +2/+2. But I don't know that
Would that
that's
be
gonna save
enough?
him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now he's
I mean,
just gonna play the little
at that
Grenadin
point, I
probably.
might have sacrificed it just to get the card draw, because I don't think there's any way to
Yeah.
really block enough here. This is a
Oh,
much
and then
closer game
gaining
than I
4.
thought.
Yeah, very surprised that they're both still swinging. And what is Mr. Carrot doing?
Everybody loves the crow.
Especially if it's not in your deck.
And with charge, you know?
Yep. Unblockable charge.
Yeah,
Oof.
that's over. It's over.
Curtains
Alright,
for
so that went
Deadly.
to Mr. Carrot.
Mr.
That
Carrot
was,
got it.
I did not expect to see that, given the influence requirements on the deck. But just goes to show, even if it screws you over 1 out of 3 games, if it performs that well, the other two.
Oh yeah. That's all that matters.
Alright, so that was, we're being told, the last match of the round, so we will take a quick break and be back for round 3. Welcome back to round 3 of the ECL Casual Friday. Next up, we have got Dr. Pringles, whose deck we already saw on the Stranger Burn versus Safar. Would you like to say anything about Safar's deck?
Oh, would I? Safar is playing a temporal control deck with a little bit of a twist where he likes to win with light the fuse, and he's got the lumen reclaimer in the market to kind of keep recurring that. There's just something that I used to love about temporal before it went all over the ladder. Back when it was just me and Cranky Panda, at either ends of the spectrum, him at rank 1 and me in negatives.
Truly a story for the ages. So
Right.
what's interesting to me is I believe Safar is the one who used to have the deck full of bombs. Maybe a month, maybe a month and a half ago, and then it was Camel Chalice all day, every day for maybe another month. So here, clearly, I think he is reconciled his true loves, and
Together,
now
yes.
instead we have control with bombs.
Bomb control.
So this will be interesting to see, and both opponents, it should be noted, are trying to blow each other up, which will make for especially exciting viewing.
And you know what? Either way, whoever blows up, it's going to be Dr. Pringles drawing it.
All right, am I going after Pringles or am I going after Safar? Production. Sure. They're both in. Okay. All right. I'm going after Safar. Let's see what we got. Okay.
Yeah, you may not realize it, but I didn't realize that you could go to a 5-digit master's rank. But with my version of temporal, I certainly did.
All right. It seems like Safar's got a great hand off the bat. What does Dr. Pringles got over there? Oh, also a good hand. Maybe a little
Oh yeah,
little short on power, but
yeah. I mean, he's got the influence. Horace Traver will get him there, but he wants to at least hit 2 to get those other strangers rolling.
yeah. I, I often take inadvisable mulligans, as you guys know, but I might actually hang on to this one just because it's going to be a slow match.
That's
Um,
true. But see, for
I'm
me,
getting influence.
I would definitely want to be the aggressor here for Dr. Pringles. So for this one, for me, I would probably mulligan it.
That's fair. You want to get in as much damage with those bodies as you can before all of the board sweeps start coming down.
Exactly. And Safar doesn't actually have any board sweeps here, so maybe actually this would be a good hand to keep. But Dr. Pringles doesn't know that.
Well, and we don't know if Safari's keeping this hand.
That's true. They're both thinking real hard.
I suspect that rather than thinking, they're getting drinks real hard, because everybody knows they have to wait for us to introduce their deck. So it's, as a player, is always sitting there. Are we ready yet? Can we go yet?
There we go. Dr. Pringles now has just three bodies like he had before that he can play on turns 1 and 2 and 3, but enough power to do so. And Safar, he actually kept that hand and has now drawn a harsh rule. So by turn 5, he should be good to clear the board here.
Yeah, I think this was a good keep. Although Island's choice is is going to be, if he could possibly just totally blow out Dr. Pringles if it prevents, a 10 size flash fire, but
Yeah, that's very true.
definitely, well, probably is not killing any units.
Yeah, not here. Not until he plays that Mask Maker that he doesn't have.
Yeah, and the more I think about it, the more I think you're right, Dr. Pringles. If I would be trying to win via body damage here, just because Aegis is really scary when you're trying to blow someone up with spells that are going to cost your entire power pool
Oh,
for a
exactly.
turn.
Yeah. Okay, that merchant will do some do some work for Safari here. It'll allow him to block some of those creatures. Oh, and go get an Equivocate on top of his deck. That's great.
This is
What's in
too
his
many
site?
undepleted, or too many depleted power. This is
Yeah, Safari's looking a little grim there. He's got to gain some life or at least wipe the board.
well, and if Dr. Pringles has any additional damage this next turn,
Which he does. Yeah, that's gonna put Safar down to 1 effectively with that torch in hand.
if I were Dr. Pringles, I would go for it before an Aegis went up. I know I've been called out for using torches to face too quickly before, but honestly,
I think if I were Dr. Pringles, I would honestly torch the merchant here because
yeah,
that
to
would take
prevent
him
the
off of
harsh rule.
5 power, and if he doesn't have, and right now as you just saw, he didn't have an undepleted power, that would prevent the harsh rule from coming down.
That's a fair point. But either way, I would have used it.
Yes, I would have. Yes. Well, guess it didn't matter.
Yikes.
Caleb's favor plus torch
Yikes.
does the job. A little too slow so far, but a valiant effort.
A valiant effort by both parties to blow up the other party.
Right.
True sportsmanship.
Indeed. I'm excited that we have seen Light the Fuse in 2 different matches now.
Does it really count if it's off Crow? Or maybe it counts extra if it's off Crow.
It counts extra if it's not in your deck, and you play it anyway.
Okay, it looks like they're back in game.
All right, let's see what
See if
their
Safar can
hands
get a
look
faster hand this time. Oh, there we go. Safar's got a Hailstorm, and you saw that was an instant keep.
like.
Safar saw that and was, yep, we're in.
There we go.
Just make sure they know they can start.
Mm-hmm. And there's Dr. Pringles. He's it looks like he's keeping his too. He's got 2 Horus Travers, a torch, and a flash fire. That's a pretty good aggressive draw here, but Safar has drawn 4 board wipes. So it looks like though that fast draw is not going to do as much as it did last time.
You know, when I made this version of the deck, I think I used the, what is she, Veteran Mercenary instead of Forest Traver, just because it didn't seem to really matter much that they were strangers so much as that they were bodies. And I'm wondering if it wouldn't matter really here for Safari, I don't think. But if having a larger blocking body is the right way to go, or if, like we're seeing, getting that actual attacker, even if it's just a 1-1, is important because sometimes you need to beat your opponent to death. I think maybe Dr. Pringle's deck is the better way to go here. Yeah, Cygnus is saying Horus adds 1 fire and so does Mercenary, but she is slower. Oh, here comes Mask Maker. Nice. Nice. I think this is really what I like about these decks. It's everything that I want out of a fire deck. You get to act like aggro, and then you get to blow up your opponent's face. Now, what does Safar have? Huh? We're experiencing audio difficulties. Please stand by.
Gotcha.
Cygnus is telling me it doesn't matter that they're strangers. Okay, Shark's back. Just checking.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, he got the temporal distortion. That's great. That's going to let him allow Safar to do double duty. It's kind of the first linchpin in the coffin for Dr. Pringles, though. Dr. Pringles
Burnout.
here has a lot of power, a lot of burn in his hand.
Yeah, but one of them's burnout, and that's always just. Oh, there we go. He's got a body for it. It's just a really dicey spell because half the time you get your opponent down really low, and you're like 5 damage. This is huge. This could end the game, but they have destroyed all of my units. This is a useless card.
That's very true. Safar, I think if I was Safar, I would not go under 3 power. Because you've got that counter spell to stop his burn, and you know that Dr. Pringles is playing that flash fire. What is he up to? 10. He's got 10 influence right now. So all he's got to do
Yeah.
is flash fire torch, and you're dead. So far,
And it looks like Safari is playing conservatively. Oh. Hmm.
and he lets it go. He lets it go. That's
That was the right move.
yes. What's Dr. Pringles gonna do about it? Oh, he's gonna try. He's going
There
for
we
it.
go. The moment of truth. No. 11 damage. Prevented at 3 cost. Living the dream.
Now, does Sifar have any ways to gain life? Oh, yep, he's got quadruple Stronghold Visage and quadruple Vital Arcana. Let's hope he draws some of those to kind of get out of burn range here.
That or some counters or something. Because at this point, if Pringles gets another flash fire, it's game over.
Oh yeah. However, he draws a power instead.
Cygnus is telling us this is why Dr. Pringles has erred in not running Decimate.
He does have the influence for it.
There's that Light
Or, well, he
Diffuse as
could,
a
I guess.
fast spell.
Not only is he playing Light the Fuse, but he gets to play it on your turn.
Yeah, now that temporal's on, I mean, if Safari
Yeah, it's
gets
looking.
any kind of life gain at all, then not good for Pringles.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's got to kill him fast or
really
not at all.
Yeah, it's a race to see who draws the protection or who draws. Oh, and there we go. Safar's got the Visage.
But
Visage?
will
I
it
don't
be
even know
enough?
exactly how you say that.
I say
Visage?
visage, but honestly, I don't know that I've ever heard it pronounced by me, so you may be correct.
Who knows? Chat probably knows. They'll probably tell us. There goes the fire bombs. And now he's got the merchants to go get the Lumen Reclaimers to get back the fire bombs. This is exciting.
This is just really classy. You know, you're playing temporal, your opponent expects you to hit them in the face, and instead their deck kills them. That's just
yeah.
style written all over that.
Dr. Pringles is expecting to draw some bombs, but not those kind of bombs. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but that's why you're here, right?
Right, exactly.
Oh, yeah. Looks like the life gain is in place. Pringles may have missed the window of opportunity, but it looks like a flash fire would be so big. Oh, but there's the Island's choice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is pretty much decided. But I've been surprised before.
Yeah, Dr. Pringles could just draw 2 flash fires in a row. Or I guess he needs 3 now. Because there's that Island's choice.
I wonder if Safar would Island's choice nibble it. I'm guessing not. Safar is a pretty good player, but
Oh man, now he's got
How many
double
visage?
visage, triple. He's got 4 in his
Okay,
deck. He's got 2
okay,
on
you've
and
got
1 in
2
his
on, 1
hand.
in hand.
So he's gaining
Yikes.
4, about to gain 6 per turn.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you never run fire without boar. Never.
Yeah. I think, does Dr. Pringles have boar in his market?
I don't know. Let's take a look. I can't see Dr. Pringle's market, but
Yes, he does. He has boar in his
okay.
market.
All right. So, can he get to the boar? You can do it, Dr. Pringles. I have faith. For
That's why
people
he's holding
running
up that
monofire everywhere, you must get to the boar.
And oh man, what a boar that
Oh,
would be.
face ages. But
I
the
mean,
boar
but
would
even
break the
so,
face ages.
yeah, he would just have to spend 6 power, now 7 power to clear all those enchantments or the relics.
Yeah, but it'd be worth it. It's not like he's
Yeah.
under tremendous pressure in terms of taking damage right now.
Right, yeah. Oh no.
And having said that, here come
He
the
drew his
bombs.
bombs. God, that's got to be so satisfying for Safar.
That the one he used to bring to Casual Friday, he would get like 50 bombs in his opponent's deck easy. It was incredible. I think what he's trying to do is make the bombs ladder viable, which I really admire.
Oh yeah. Temporal bombs. And now he's gonna bring it back with the Lumen Reclaimer.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
there's more
wondering
bombs.
if Dr. Pringles had had more bombs in his void, if he would have Lumen Reclaimer Pringles.
Well,
All right, that's for Safar.
yep. Dr. Pringles had enough of that.
Do we still have
Yeah,
anybody running? I think that was the round for
I think
Safar,
that
right?
was I think that was 1-1.
Oh, that's
Pringles
one
had
one.
it.
Okay,
Pringles had the
okay.
first one. Yep.
Thank heavens I have you people around. Someone with short-term memory. All right, so we're waiting for them to
All
get
right.
back in.
So Dr. Pringles here, he's got to get to
Oh,
his
that's right.
merchant because that flame stoker is going to do a lot of work against Safar. Safar's only got one disjunction to get rid of it, right?
That is a fair point.
Oh, but he's got Passage of Aeons in the market. Eons.
Yeah, but that forces him to find the market and not use it for anything else, which may be
That's
worthwhile anyway.
that's true.
1, 2,
There we
3. Yeah,
go.
that's a good keep.
Yeah, it looks like we
Let's
got
see.
Dr. Pringles here.
Yeah, trying to get. I hate. We just talk about how much I hate this implementation of a friends list and how the names jump around.
Yeah. Oh, and Safar's got a pretty decent hand as well.
Oh yeah,
Get
that's
portals
quite
for
good.
2. But having double equivocate is fine.
It's fine, but it doesn't really do a lot here, just because
Yeah,
primary
because
utility that's you're gaining from the strangers is the influence.
yeah, it's actually kind of funny that this is the only time that equivocate is the creature that you're gonna get is probably better than the creature that he's playing.
This is fair. Actually, it'd be extra good as if it just equivocated it into another fire influence stranger. They've got to be some good percentage of the 2-cost units, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how many there are, but but there's how many of those strangers? 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, 10 strangers.
Well, at least Safar has undepleted power this time. Might actually
That's
get to
very
the
true.
harsh rule in a timely fashion. And there's the visage. Yeah, I think probably
Oh yeah.
we're okay
Yeah.
on Safar's side of the board.
Yeah, I think Safar's looking pretty good. He's gonna take a couple of beatings here. Oh, but his equivocates will kind of protect his life total a little bit.
Oh no. Oh
Oh,
no.
oh, he does not know the mistake he's made. Oh, and that factory quota. Yikes.
Well,
That Visage is only gonna do half work now.
Yeah. And he's certainly got the creatures to play every turn. So now Safar's got to really find that disjunction for a
Oh yeah,
market.
he does. Let's see. Wow, and Dr. Pringles could just drop 4 1-drops right here. However, I
Huh?
probably wouldn't if I were him.
Yeah, I
Just
was gonna say, is that the right move? Because you want
it's
to prevent.
it's clearly not, but he easily could.
What did that just equivocate into here?
He's got a fiery cub, which is going to do literal nothing against Safar.
Oh, but here comes the bone picker.
Oh yeah,
Surprise!
to show Safar his mistakes.
I feel like that rule was a little late, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would have used the equivocate.
Yeah, especially not on a 1-drop.
I mean, in fairness, there's not really a whole lot bigger in Dr. Pringle's deck, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, getting on those visages, even if they're only doing half of the
Even if they're
work.
if they're doing half the work, they're gonna. If he gets both of them down, he'll be preventing enough damage from that factory quota to stay at parity.
Yeah, but he's. Yeah,
Oof.
not gonna make it.
Oh yeah, he's done. He's
If
done
there was
now.
a harsh rule, maybe, but.
No, because even then, Dr. Pringles has the fiery the flash fire in his hand.
Alright. So we're on to Dr. Pringles.
Oh, that's so sad. Safar,
Gonna.
your light the fuse is no longer lit.
The battle royale of explosions. Dr. Pringles was explodier. Let's see, is anybody else still going? It looks like that was the end of the round, yeah? Okay.
All right, that looks like it was the end of round 3, so we'll be back after a brief break for round 4. All right, everybody,
Welcome
welcome
back to round 4. Sorry.
back. That's all right.
Why don't you introduce the decks?
Okay, so we've got IQB. He's on the Combray aggro that we've seen so much of on the ladder this past week or so. His deck is just really big and also really fast. Who was it that did a write up of this earlier? Kamato. He did a write up of this. I think it was earlier today. Kamato's hot takes, where he described his entire way of thinking to design the deck. And here you're going to see it in action. And then we've got Vampus. Why don't you tell us a little about that one?
So this is a Stella deck, and I mean gunslingers are after my own heart here. So I'm pretty excited to see this. We caught the tail end of, I guess, one of the one of the rounds earlier
It
where
was round one.
you may recall Vampus just destroyed the opponent in about 15 seconds of play, and this is interesting because it's aggro deck versus aggro deck, and one of these is a very well established archetype. The other one, I mean, we see Stella decks. We've got budget slinger decks out there, but I wouldn't say that Stella is considered anywhere on the same tier with Cambrai aggro presently. So it'll be interesting to see how these match up.
Oh yeah, definitely. Stella is very interesting, but usually for the 3 power that you invest in your creature, you want it to do a little bit more in terms of stats. But her ability, may just turn things around for her. I do also like the main board protects. I haven't seen those really since they cost 1 mana.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Protect has really fallen out of favor, but it's fast stages is never a bad thing, especially on Stella. Yep. All right. So it
All
looks like we're going
right.
into game.
So Vampus looks like he's kept his hand. He's got triple double influence for his power. That's incredible. And then he's
IQB with an
got his
immediate keep.
oh yeah, IQUB's got that teacher going down. They're just gonna keep bashing face for the first couple of turns, and then whoever really draws the life gain is kind of the gonna have the upper hand, I believe.
Of course, does Wampus have anything that actually draws additional cards? I don't think so. So that's not gonna punish very hard. Oh, you know what? I
He's
didn't even notice there's both Sheriff and Navani in here
oh yeah,
for extra buffing.
yeah, yeah. Just in case Stella doesn't do enough, Navani's gonna do about the same thing.
It's, what, 8 full deck buffs just in case.
Yeah, yeah.
I say that, but I mean, isn't that also what running 4 stand and 4 of Sword of Unity is?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Maybe this is duel of the full deck buff versus the full board buff.
Yeah. Yeah, so those weights aren't really going to do too much except for sort of make his market a little bit harder to deal with for Vampus. Now I think here, if I were it's Vampus's turn now. If I were him, I would probably want to play one of my depleted power here. Probably not the standard, and go for the Recano Outlaw.
Yeah, if I were Vampus, I'd be a little worried right here. Just
Yeah.
there's already a lot of face punching on the board.
Yeah, and interesting. I'll again reference Kamato's hot takes. He described his entire thought process of all of it. He wants his 2 power and 3 power creatures to have 3 attack, which both of these creatures do, and he wants his 3 or more to have 4 defense, which you can clearly see on Seraph it does, because it just lines up so well against the normal aggro of 2 power and 2 toughness creatures. And you can definitely see that working in IQUB's favor.
Someday, Fire will be the aggro faction again. I hold out hope.
If not, it'll at least have light the fuse.
That's fair. Fire control, the new meta. Flash fire everywhere.
I expect Vampus next week. You come back with a light diffuse in your deck somewhere.
That stuff's just gonna be real tough to deal with.
Yeah. Oof. And now this market card is just gonna cost a million.
Does he have? Is there anything in? No. Oof.
Yeah, his market is all mostly pretty high cost stuff. Except for that
Yeah.
boar.
Hoping for a torch right here because then you could at least get rid of Genetrix, but
No such luck. Oh, and IQB's just a handful
yeah,
of
not gonna
tricks.
do that.
This is
Sword time. It's over.
yeah, this is pretty much yep, there it goes. Sorry, Vampus.
Alright, so first game. Umbray aggro beats fire aggro. Kaila's cries.
Yep. Yeah, the gunslingers went down, but I mean, when you're playing in a Jank Friday casual tournament, it's
Yeah.
it's the style points that matter.
Yeah.
And
I have to agree with that. Playing the number one list in ranked right now is probably not entirely in the jank spirit, but certainly is effective.
right, exactly.
Back in
I'm just
game.
excited to see some of those full deck Warcry honks go off.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I think the first time I ever got really salty enough to send in a ticket was somebody played the Navani with that 4 cost Warcry 2 or 3 or whatever it is hammer, and Warcry their entire deck for 4 or whatever crazy thing it is. And I was like, that can't be intended.
Oh
Something is
no.
wrong. It's like my first month of play. I was still so mad about Titan, and then that happened.
Oh no.
Mercy.
But then you found the last word and everything was okay.
Yeah. Funny thing
All
about
right.
how playing legendaries makes this game so much nicer.
Right. Ooh. So
Well,
Vampus has got a pretty decent hand here.
so
He's gonna get that champion of glory down.
if I were QB, I would probably go diplomatic seal into initiate, so that
Oh
then
yes.
following turn you could play the student and empower it. But
No, because following turn you don't have the green influence.
oh yeah, fair point. Well, no,
Yeah,
actually, do you need? That's fair.
yeah,
That's
because you have
fair.
to have yeah. And then now he can kind of choose. He probably wants the double green influence now. Yep, there he goes. Because he wants to play those Valkyrie
Yeah,
enforcers and
turning that
eventually the
into a
swords.
one-one.
Yeah, just his power just didn't work out for him that there at the beginning couple of turns. Vampus is also got a little bit of weirdness going on with in terms of power, but now he's up to speed. Now he's up there. He just had to play a depleted power to get there.
Man, I would be torching that initiate so hard.
Yeah. I mean, we do have perfect information. We can see their hands, but I agree. Torching an initiate is pretty good.
I mean, just when there are so many, I guess, kind of mile marks in the Cambrai aggro deck where one more power gets you something that totally wrecks your opponent's deck. I feel like against any deck that wants to play ramp, the correct thing is killing ramp.
Yes, and you wanna kill the things that will actually die to it, because IQUB has he's got Copper Hall Elite, he's got Knight Chancellor of Seraph, he's got Record Keeper. All those have 4 toughness, and they will not die to Torch. But Initiate of Sands, Awakened Student sometimes, Teacher of Humility, and the Valkyrie Enforcer will all die, as well as Genetrix, which will kind of help with the board state as well if
Nice.
he draws any of those.
Go Slingers, go.
Oh yeah. Slingers coming out the gates.
Man, Whirling Duo is such a good card.
It
Such a
is
fun card, too.
it is great. And now IQB has a choice here. He can do the Record Keeper, which I believe is the correct choice, or he can Valkyrie Enforcer and try to pop the Aegis off of the Shot Caller. However, he doesn't really have any removal for the shot color at the moment, so...
And she's not dangerous yet.
Right, yeah. Vampus just keeps drawing power.
That is rough.
Yeah, IQB could use some more power, because right now he doesn't even have the influence to play that sword that he so desperately wants to play.
I guess at least
Oh,
they're getting equally screwed in different directions.
right, right. Oh, and here's Seraph to gum up the board. Oh, and Vampus just keeps drawing that power. And now comes IQB. He's got Stand Together and Finest Hour up because he drew that second time influence, so he can also play the sword if he wants to. He's probably going to wait 2 turns. Sword is very, very good with its Stand Together, but sometimes I think you can just play it without, and it's just good enough.
Yeah, I mean, Lifesteal Overwhelm does strike me as good enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Vampus. You can draw a weapon. I believe. Especially now that silence is gone.
Oh yeah.
Cygnus is yelling in chat. Guys, I broke the meta. Sword of Unity Stella. It's time. Don't worry, I'm sure the influence will work out. Actually,
Stella of Unity.
Thanks, Cygnus. I'll take that in the tournament tonight. We'll see what happens. There is one gunslinger in Cambrai. There's Hopping Guy. Whatever his real name is. That is his real name. What's his fake name? Desert Marshal, that's right.
Alright. So Vampus drew one of his removal spells, but now everything has Aegis, so it's not doing a whole lot. Oh, and IQB just drawing all of the business. Vampus could stand to stop drawing power now.
Yeah, probably could.
Come on, Vampus.
You got this. Get that Cambrai scum. I mean, that fine player. No.
Well, Vampus down.
It's alright. The spirit that counts. Okay, we're being told maybe so far. Oh, it's finished. Okay, so that was the end of round 4, and therefore the tournament. We wanted to remind you that the Invitational is this weekend, and you can donate to the prize pool on Matcherino for free using the code that we've got there, and that will show up on our end screen here. I think it's like September 18 or something, but that'll pop up. Was there anything else?
Dr. Pringles is actually on the verge of being able to play in the Invitational after the point from tonight's tournament.
So did that put him into a tie, or is he now solidly in? Okay, so he's now into a tie.
Yeah, that puts him into a tie. But it may let him play in the ECL Invitational on Sunday at noon Eastern time. If you're around, give it a watch. Hop on Twitch.
And we'd like to thank Phoenixton and Cygnus for doing all of the work and pulling all of the ropes and curtains back here, and thanks Shark for coming on and telling you all the right stuff while I make commentary.
Anytime.
And I will see you guys on Sunday. I'll be playing in the Invitational along with a bunch of other great players. One of my teammates, Allison. So we're actually gonna have two whole women in the Invitational.
And you're not talking about the teacher, right? Not Teacher of Humility.
No. Well, that's me, but.
Oh, right.
I wish. I'll get clobbered instead. Maybe that's Allison. But anyway, all right. So we're out for this evening. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to vote because all of this jank was spectacular. We had a lot of really silly decks tonight. Make sure you give them some love. and we'll catch you guys Sunday.